Blue wave crushed. Every losing battleground senator had one thing in common. The much-predicted blue wave sweeping last night's midterms did not happen. Instead, Republicans kept and extended their majority in the Senate. Every Democratic senator in a battleground race lost, hands down, to a Republican newcomer. What they all had in common puts the story into focus. Yesterday's midterm election was branded the most important election of our lifetime by liberals in the media. They were hoping a massive blue wave would sweep Republicans out of power. This was their first chance since 2016 to gain an upper hand against President Donald Trump. Well, the blue wave did not materialize. While Democrats picked up seats in the House of Representatives, results were much weaker than every pundit had predicted. Meanwhile, Republicans extended their lead in the Senate. In the coming days, experts will dissect the results of this election. Everyone is going to explain why each candidate won or lost. But there is a very clear reason why several Democrats lost their seats in the Senate. In hotly contested races, liberal senators got the boot, losing to incoming Republicans. The reason? Every last one of them voted against Kavanaugh. Multiple media outlets are reporting that the Democrats will retake the House of Representatives, but the Senate is another story. The GOP will not only hold the Senate, but might even pick up some extra seats. And the Kavanaugh hearings might have had a lot to do with that. Tombavin RCP. So every Dem senator in a competitive race who voted against Kavanaugh lost Donnelly, Heitkamp, McCaskill, and almost certainly Nelson, and the one who voted for Kavanaugh survived Manchin. Coincidence? It wasn't that long ago Americans watched as Democrats tried to destroy the name of a good man. They pushed flimsy accusations from over 30 years ago to derail Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation to the Supreme Court. The weeks after the first revelation turned an important judicial process into a circus. Women came out of the woodwork to accuse a respected judge, father, and husband of assault. None of these women had corroborating witnesses or evidence. Yet the left-wing media, encouraged by Senate Democrats, called Kavanaugh a rapist with zero hard evidence. Americans were disgusted that Democrats would use rumors and empty accusations to destroy a man's life, just for political gain. In the end, Republicans stood up against their petty tactics. They managed to clear Kavanaugh's name and confirm him as a Supreme Court justice. Almost every Democrat in the Senate voted against him. Those who did and were facing stiff re-election campaigns were booted out of office. Meanwhile, Joe Manchin, senator from deeply red West Virginia, managed to hold his seat. Perhaps his occasional support of the president and his vote for Kavanaugh is what saved him last night. While Democrats gained seats in the House from districts that largely disliked the president, they faced a bloodletting across the country. Major gains they were hoping to achieve did not materialize. Governor seats they wanted to flip stayed red. Senators they thought were a shoo-in like good ol' Beto, were denied victories. Perhaps it has something to do with how they've behaved over the last 2 years? High-profile Democrats proved they would do anything to claw back power in our government. They lied, cheated, and disgraced the reputation of a good man. Democrats proved they would do anything to push their agenda. And today, many of them are facing the consequences for their actions.